Hi, this is Frank Ilo from AfriDesigns Studios. Today, we are continuing with our Revit architecture tutorial, and we shall be looking at how to create massing or a mass in Revit. What do I mean by massing? When I mean massing, I mean the ability to create an object in lump. In lump, for example, the window hood or artwork on your building. Your window hood, your steps, your concrete fascia, all those things that you can create in lump are called massing. The object itself is called the mass, but the process of creating it is called massing. Although we have already created concrete fascia in our previous class, but today we are going to concentrate on how to create steps, as in the steps that will take you to your DPC level where you want to enter into your house. Then we're going to look at the window hood, those fine designs you use to beautify your window that goes around your window. Then or again, okay, these two things are what we are going to be looking at majorly. So how do you create your steps? To create your steps, you have to go to your natural ground level, because that is where the step starts from. So we go to our project browser here and double click on our natural ground level to take us to that very level. Now we are on the natural ground level. We want to create a step in front of this building that you can climb before you get to this veranda. How do you do it? You use the process of massing, and there are two major tools we use when we come to massing an object. The tools that I talk about are the extrusion and the sweep. The extrusion and the sweep, you use the extrusion to extrude the object, while you use the sweep to carve or design the object or the mass. Now let's go. When you get to your natural ground level, the next thing you do is to go to architecture. When you go to architecture, you go to components, click on this arrow on components, select model in place. After selecting model in place, you click OK. After OK, you click OK again on this very dialog box. Then this forms panel will appear. Now I mentioned extrusion and sweep. That is not where it ends when it comes to creating a mass. There are different tools you use. You can use extrusion, you can use blend, you can use resolve, you can use sweep, you can use swept blend, you can use void forms. But like I said, extrusion and sweep are the most frequently used. All those other ones use them, but you rarely use them except in special cases. Now I want to create a step. The best tool I'm going to use for this is sweep. I'm not going to use extrusion. There are occasions where extrusion is the better option, but for this particular occasion, the best option is sweep. So I click on sweep. When I click on sweep, I go to sketch path. I click on sketch path. Sketch path will only help me to define the path or the direction where the massing I am creating is going to be positioned. Now the step I'm talking about is going to be here. So I click here and move like this and click here. What this means is that now when I've done that, I press escape. What this means is that my step is going to start from here and end from here. This is the length of this step that I'm going to do. When I've done this, I go to finish edit mode and click on it. After clicking on it, the next thing I do is go to edit profile. I click on it. When I click on that, it will bring this dialog box asking me to select the best position I would like to stand at while editing or creating this mask. You can select east or you can select west. Anyone can go. So let's leave it at east. Then I click open. When I click open, it is going to bring the east elevation for me. Why it is bringing the east elevation for me was because when I selected the view where I'm going to stand to do the editing, I selected east. That is why it's going to bring east for me. If I had selected west, what I would have seen here would be the west elevation. So I'm going to stand on my east elevation to edit this my step. So I click here and move up. I type 450. That is the height. 450 stands for 3 steps because a step is made up is 150 mm. That is the riser. Now when I've gone up, I'm going to go towards my left and type 300. That is the thread. I press enter. I move down. I type 150, which is a riser. I press enter. I go to my left again. I type 300, which is a thread. I press enter. I go down again. I type 150 again, which is a riser. I press enter. Then I go to my left, 300, enter. Come down, 150, enter. Then I join it here. When I join it here, I have to give it material. For example, the tiles. Is it tiles I'm going to use for these steps? Is it terrazzo that I'm going to use? Or is it marble that I'm going to use? Or is it just ordinary paint? This is what I call materials. So for me to select the materials, I come here under my properties. You can see material here. It is telling you that by default, the material that this step is carrying is gypsum wall board. This is a paint material, so I have to select tiles. I click on this and the list of materials will come out. When the list of materials come out, in this list there is no tiles here. There is no tiles, so I have to create tiles material. To create tiles material, but sorry, before that, assuming there is tiles material here, what I would have done is just go straight and pick it. But since it is not here, I have to go and create it. To create it, I come here. You see this this ball that is here. You click on this ball and you click on create new material. I click on create new material. Then this particular additional material will be brought out here, telling you that the name is default new material. It is highlighted already, so you right click while your cursor is on it. You right click and select rename, so you can give it the name of your choice. Then I may call this my step tiles. That is the name I want to call it. Then I go to appearance. I click on appearance. I go to this place. This icon here is called assets. Replace assets. So it helps you to replace the assets. So I click on it. I come here, I double click on appearance. Then I come down, I look for flooring. I click on flooring here. Then different kind of floor materials will come out. All these things you are seeing here are floor materials. Some of them are wooden materials, but I'm not looking for wooden material. All I can see here is wooden. Okay. If I go down, I still see tiles. Okay, you can see tiles here. You can see tiles. This is diamond. Okay. All these you are seeing now are tiles material. So I can choose any one of my choice. Okay, let me use this marble. Let me use this marble. I click on it. So I want to use marble for it. When I click on this, but take note, where you have to click to select it is these 2 arrows that you have here, is where you click. but it's like I don't even like that very color. Let me go for another one. Okay, let me go for this marble white green. Let me select this one. I click on this arrow, this very arrow. You don't click on the letters. You click on this arrow to select. I click on it, and when you select, it's going to appear here. This is where it is appearing now. Then I click OK. I select OK. After selecting OK, I now come here on this green check. I click on it. I click on it again, and I click Finish Model to finalize. And that is it. So I want to see what I've done. Let's go to 3D view. Or meanwhile, let's make this a realistic. So look at this, our step. Now this is the material I just applied on it. This is the step or the steps. So if I click on 3D view, I'm going to see it well. So this is the step. You can see the material applied on it. This is the step to this building. Now that is how to create step. The next thing we are going to do is to create, I don't know if we have anyone at the back. Let's go to the, okay, we have another one at the back. Let's put step at this back. Let's go. To do that, you go to natural ground level again. Now you go to architecture. Okay, you click on components, especially the arrow. Click on model in place, click OK, click OK again. You click on sweep, you click sketch path. Then you come here and click on where the step is going to start, click on where the step is going to end. Then you click on this finish icon. When you have done that, the next thing you click is edit profile. Click on edit profile. It is going to bring for you again east or west. Where do you want to stand? Any of this elevation that is select is the elevation is going to bring out for you. So I'm selecting east again. So I click open view. Then it will bring this elevation for me. Then I'm going to start creating it. 450, enter, go like this. 300, enter, come down. 150, enter, go right. 300, enter, go down. 150, enter, go right. 300, enter, come down. 150, enter. Then you join it here. After joining it, you click on finish. Click on finish again, but this time around, instead of going to select material for it, it is telling you that the material that it is using right now is the step tiles, which is exactly what we want. So there's no need of coming here again. So just finish again, and it will give you the material. So if you view this work now, this is the back, this is the exit door, this is the back veranda. So you can see the step there. This is how to create step. Then after doing this, the next thing we have to do is to create our window hood. To create the window hood, you have to do it on your elevation view. Elevation view. So I want to create window hood for this very window, and this is my east elevation. I have to go to the east elevation. Now how do I do that? I go to my project browser, I select my east elevation by double clicking on it. Then it will give me the east elevation. Then what am I going to do now? I go to architecture, click on architecture, I come to components, click on this arrow, then I select model in place, I click OK, click OK again, then I select sweep, then I click sketch path. Now it's going to bring this work plane for me. What this means is that it wants me to select the surface where this window hood is going to be placed on. So when you see plane means the same thing as surface. Where do you want to place the window hood you want to create? So I select pick plane, I click OK. Now I'm going to select the plane or the surface. Now I can see some blue boundaries showing. That is the highlight sign. When this appears, it means that a particular surface has been brought out. If I remove my cursor, it will disappear. But if I take my cursor there, the blue boundaries will appear again. You do not click until you see these blue boundaries. Until when these blue boundaries appears, that is when you click. If not, what you are doing will not work. So this blue boundary is showing me that the surface where these 4 windows are positioned is what I am about to select. So I click on it. When I click on it, the cursor sign will change to cross, meaning you are now ready to edit or to modify. So I click anywhere. I can start anywhere. So let me start from here, or let me start down here. I zoom it so I can see it clearly. I click here, and I'm going to go around the window. I'm going to go around the window. Then I click finish. When I click finish, I'm going to select edit profile. It's going to bring this place for me. It's asking me where do I want to edit it from. I said let me edit this thing from floor plan, my ground floor plan. I select ground floor plan. I say open view. Then it's going to show me this. This is my window. If I click here, if I click on this red button and go inside here and draw, the window hood is going to cover part of my window, so I have to go outside where it's not going to touch the window. And also take note that you start your sketching from that red button. If not, nothing will work. So I type 150, enter. I go like this. I type 75, enter. I go up. I type 35, enter. Then I press escape once. Then I go here and start here again. I go like this, 75. I press enter. I come down. I type 35. I press enter. Then I'm going to select arc. This very arc, the first arc here. I click on it so it can enable me to create an arc shape here. So I click. When I click that, I click finish. That is the green check. I click on the green check again. Then it's going to ask me to select material for this. Because this is window hood, the material I'm going to use here is going to be different from the material I used for my steps. So if you look at this material, it is still carrying the step tiles, but I do not want it on this, so I have to change it. What do? I click on the step tiles. An icon is going to appear here. This is what we call the ellipsis. Click on this ellipsis and the materials will appear. Just scroll and look for G to locate the gypsum wall board. Gypsum wall board is like the plaster of Paris, a kind of white plaster board. So I select gypsum wall board. It's a white colored paint. When I click on it, I click OK. Then I come to finish model to finish or to finalize my sketch. I click on this and everything is completed. So if I go to 3D view now, I will see my white window hood. This is my white window hood on the building. So because this and this are on the same plane, I can just simply copy this and place here instead of creating it again to save myself time. So I have to, for me to place this here, I have to go to the elevation. I have to go to the east elevation. I double click on east elevation. Then I click on the window hood to get it highlighted. Then I go here. I come to copy. Click on copy. Then I look for a better junction or a place where I can carry it from. I click on the edge of the window itself. At the edge of the window itself is the best position to lift it from. So I come to this other edge of the window and place it so that they can match. I was able to do this because the two windows are of the same size and the two windows are on the same plane. If not, we are going to have some challenges to do it. Now, we still have two windows here that have not been done. We can use this one and place here, then edit it. It saves you time. It is more faster. Instead of you to start creating another window hood for this one, just click on this very one and copy it, lift it from the edge of the window itself and place it on this edge of the window, then you can see that this window hood is bigger than the window itself. You have to edit it to bring it to this normal size. So what do you do to edit this now? You click, you must make sure that the window hood is highlighted. If it is not highlighted, click on it to get it highlighted before you now go here to edit in place. Click on edit in place, then click on the window hood again, then go to edit sweep, click on edit sweep. Then if you look at this window hood, you see a black or black lines going around the inner wall or the inner perimeter. The black line going round the inner going round the inner perimeter is what you are going to click. You select it and highlight on it. When it is highlighted, you go here on your sweep panel. You will see sketch path. Click on sketch path. The black line will now turn to pink. Click on this one and use move to shift it to the window. Click on this other one and use move. Click on move and click here and drag it and position it here. It will give you the size of the window. Then come to finish edit mode and click on it. Click on it again and go to finish model and conclude everything. When you have concluded it, you can see that this one is still undone. Just copy this one to it. Click on this, go to copy, click on copy, select the edge of the window and move it to this one, and it is copied to that one, and it is faster for you. So this is how to create the window hood. But then there's another thing again I want us to do. For example, let me go to the default 3D view. I want to show you something. Let's rotate this. I want to see the front view. If you look at this entrance porch, sometimes you would want to do the massing for something that is two-sided or three-sided. You know, when you did this one, it was on a plane surface, but you want to put POP on this, round this porch, round this beam, round the beam. It is not just on one surface, but on three surfaces at the same time. This surface, this front surface, and the other surface that is on the other end. How do you do that? You do it by picking the plane, or picking the plane, not the surface. So to do that, you go to architecture, click on this component arrow, model in place, OK again, sweep. Now this is the difference. Instead of selecting sketch path, you select pick path. Sorry, I made a mistake initially. I was saying sketch pick plane, not pick plane, but pick path. You are going to pick the path the thing is going to run on, not to sketch the path this time around. So you click pick path. Now you have to be very careful when you're doing this. Look at the tip of this surface. You see a line. This line at the tip of the surface is what you select. Click on this. Look for this other tip. Click on this. Then rotate the building so you can see the other side of it. Now you come here, select this other line. Sometimes they will not join, but you have to make sure you join them. If not, your efforts cannot yield any results. Select this string and click here and click here to join that one. See this one, if this one is joined, it is not. So click on this one and click on this one to join it. When you have done that, rotate the building again so you can see this very side of the building where you have these red dots. Wherever you see these red dots is where you are supposed to start your sketching from. So when I'm here now, I can now click finish edit mode. After clicking that, I click edit profile. I click on this. Now I have to edit whatever I want to edit on this surface. I click here and go up. Take note of these dotted lines, these green dotted lines that go like this. This is one of it. This is another one. This is another one, and this is another one. On this dotted lines are your guide. They help you to draw. They form your vertical and horizontal line. So you draw along them, they guide you. So I move straight up. I type 150. I press enter. I come like this. Now for me to know that this is perpendicular, now you will see, can you see some blue dotted line? That blue dotted line is showing you that you are at angle 90 degrees or perpendicular to the vertical line. So it is a guide. If you don't see it, make sure you hustle or you struggle to see it. When you see it, you cannot type. You cannot type the value, except maybe what you want to do is not supposed to be at angle 90. But if it is supposed to be at angle 90, you must make sure you see that blue dotted line. So now I type 75. I press enter. I come down again until I see that blue dotted line. The blue dotted line is appearing now. I type 35. I press enter. I press escape once so I can start from here again and go along this green dotted line. I type 75. I press enter. I go up. I type 35. I press enter. Then I go to this arc again. I click on this arc and come to the tip of this upper view, upper line, and click here. I must make sure I touch the tip. If not, it cannot work. So when I touch it, I position my arc the way I want it. If you want it to be outward, it's up to you. If you want it to be inward, it's up to you. I want mine to be inward, so I click. Then I click on this place, this green check. I click on it again. You can see that it is bearing the material for the step, but that is not what I want. So I go down here under material. I click on step types. I click on the ellipses here. Then I look for G for gypsum wallboard. I select it. I click OK, and I now come to finish model and finish everything up. So this is what I've just created. Instead of creating it on one-sided, it was able to go round in 3 sides form. So let's look at this thing from our 3D view. So this is what we have just done. This is what we have just created right now, and we're going to stop here. See you in next class.